Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. Hey, I just realized that last month I missed an anniversary. It was the 1-year anniversary of my book, Finding Joy, being released. This one here. And it also means that it's been about a year since I've been doing these devotions on Monday. The very first one I did was reading a devotion out of Finding Joy, so I thought to mark the occasion, I'd read you another one. This one is called No Trade Backs, and I picked it, well, sort of because it's reflective of the way things have been going around here recently. But I'm praying that God led me to this specific one because it's something you need to hear today. Have you ever had one of those days when there's so much to do you just do not know how you're going to get it all done? Then the day ends and you move into the evening only to find there's so much more stuff that needs to be accomplished? Have you been there? If you're a mom, I know your answer is yes. I was having one of those days recently. The daytime had been stressful and the evening was just plain full. Joshua needed to read for 20 minutes for school. Matthew had homework to do. I needed to bake cookies for Elizabeth to take into school the next day. Though I do not remember for certain, I will bet it was also a bath night. In a perfect world, this list of things to do could be accomplished quite easily, I suppose. 3 jobs, 3 people, no problem. But my world is not perfect. My world looks more like this. Joshua did not want to read. He would rather play with his mice or watch his bugs or get his stuffed animals out and spread them all over the living room. Anything but reading. So he fussed and complained, and I tried to figure out how I could sit and read with him to be sure he was really reading and not just sitting on the couch, and still get those cookies made. Matthew has a tendency to get off task with just about everything. Although I had set his homework in front of him with a sharpened pencil in a clutter-free and quiet area, Matthew managed to get distracted by other things. On several occasions, I tried to redirect his attention to the task at hand. I wondered if I was simply going to have to stand watch as Matthew did his work and bake the cookies later. Then Elizabeth approached me with her charming smile and asked, "Mama, when are you going to bake those cookies?" With Joshua sitting on the couch, book opened, and Matthew sitting at the table adding 9s, for the moment, I went to the kitchen to get the cookie ingredients out of the cupboard. Right on cue, Joshua started complaining about his book. He said he did not want to read this particular book. It was boring. He did not like it. He was rushed to pick a book from the library, so he just grabbed this one without really gauging his interest in it. He was sure there was a better book out there somewhere, and he wanted to trade it back. I told Joshua I was sorry he was disappointed with the book he had, but since we could not go to the library at the moment, he could not return it. "Sorry, kiddo," I said. "You're stuck with that one for now." At the same time Joshua was complaining about wanting to trade his book back, I was tempted to confess I might want to do a trade back too. I could not help but think sometimes I might like to exchange my kids. Maybe I could trade them in for the models that do everything you ask of them the first time. I would like one who never complains, rather obeys joyfully. Perhaps I could trade them in for a version which always throws trash in the can and never leaves shoes or socks laying around. Or what about the ones who clear the table without being asked? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? As I bit my tongue to keep from voicing my thoughts, I also started reminding myself of what I know to be true. God loves my kids. He has created them and has a purpose for them. When God was knitting my babies together in my womb, He was forming their personalities, interests, talents, even their quirks, perfectly. He made me their mom on purpose, and He has good things in mind for us. I could not trade my kids in for better ones, because God has already created the best situation right here. Though there are moments and days when that truth seems evasive, I know God is in control, and I just need to trust Him. At the end of each of these devotionals, I've got a section I call Your Turn, where I'm asking you some questions, offering you some suggestions for prayer, and I'm going to go ahead and type them below. I really hope that you'll be able to take some time to read through them, to pray, to let God fill you up with love for your kids. Thanks for being here today. I hope it's a great one.